dear learners, I welcome you all to the official YouTube channel of SRN International School, Jagatpura, Jaipur, Rajasthan. I am a faculty of social science at SRN International School. Today in this video, I'll be explaining the topic resources and development of grade 10th. In this topic, I would be covering meaning of resources and classification of resources. Let's begin with resource. Everything available in our environment which can be used to satisfy our needs, provided it is technologically accessible, economically feasible, and culturally acceptable, can be termed as resource. Resources are a function of human activities. Human beings themselves are essential components of resources. They transform material available in our environment into resources and use them. Resources can be classified in the following ways. First, on the basis of origin, biotic and abiotic. Second, on the basis of exhaustibility, renewable and non-renewable resources. Third, on the basis of ownership, individual, community, national and international. Fourth, on the basis of status of development. They are potential, developed, stock and reserves. Let's start with first type of resource on the basis of origin. First, biotic resources. These are obtained from biosphere and have life such as human beings, flora and fauna, fisheries, livestock, etc. Second, abiotic resources. All those things which are composed of non-living things are called by abiotic resources. For example, rocks and metals. Of exhaustibility, renewable resources and non-renewable resources are there. First, we will know about renewable resources. The resources which can be renewed or reproduced by physical, chemical or mechanical processes are known as renewable or replenishable resources. For example, solar and wind energy, water, forest and wildlife, etc. The renewable resources may further be divided into continuous or on the basis of ownership, individual resources. These are also owned privately by individuals. Many farmers own land which is allotted to them by government against the payment of revenue. In villages, there are people with land ownership, but there are many who are landless. Urban people own plots, houses, and other property. Plantation, pasture lands, ponds, water in wells, etc. are some of the examples of resources ownership by individuals. Next is community-owned resources. There are resources which are accessible to all the members of the community. Village commons, grazing grounds, burial grounds, village ponds, etc. Public parks, picnic spots, playgrounds in urban areas are de facto accessible to all the people living there. National resources. Technically, all the resources belong to the nation. The country has legal powers to acquire even private property for public good. Urban development authorities get empowered by the government to acquire land, all the minerals, water resources, forest, wildlife, land within the political boundaries and oceanic area up to 12 nautical miles, 22.2 kilometers from the coast termed as territorial water and resources therein belong to the nation. International resources. There are international institutions which regulate some resources. The oceanic resources beyond 200 nautical miles of the exclusive economic zone belong to open ocean, and no individual country can utilize these without the concurrence of the international institutions. Next is on the basis of status of development. Potential resources, resources which are found in a region but have not been utilized. For example, western part of the India, particularly Rajasthan and Gujarat, have enormous potential for the development of wind and solar energy, but so far these have not been developed properly. Developed resources, resources which are surveyed and their quantity have been determined for utilization. The development of resources depends on technology and level of their feasibility. Stock, materials in the environment which have the potential to satisfy human needs, but human beings do not have the appropriate technology to access these, are included among stock. For example, water is a compound of two inflammable gases, hydrogen and oxygen, which can be used as a rich source of energy. But we do not have the required technical know-how to use them for this purpose. Reserves. Reserves are the subset of the stock which can be put into use with the help of existing technical know-how, but their use has not been started. These can be used for meeting the future requirement. River water can be used for generating hydroelectric power, but presently it is being utilized only to a limited extent. Thus, the water in the dam, forest, etc. is a reserve which can be used in the future. Dear learners, here I'll end up with my topic. If you like the video, kindly do like, share and subscribe our channel. Have a great day. Thank you all.